Questions 11 through 20 on the 2003 Grade 8 Gauss Math Contest. The graph shows the number of female students in 5 Grade 8 classes labeled 8A through 8E. The average number of female students in these 5 classes is. For 8A, there's 10 students, 8B, 14, 8C, 7, 8D is 9, and 13 for 8E. So the average would just be adding them all up and then divided by the fact that there's 5 of them, 5 classes. So that looks like 53 over 5, and that is 10.6. So number 11, the answer is E. A photo measuring 20 by 25 is enlarged to make a photo measuring 25 by 30. The percentage increase in area is. So 20 by 25 is 500 centimeters squared. And then when you enlarge this photo to 25 by 30, its area now becomes 750 centimeters squared. So how much did it increase by in terms of a percentage? Well, you first figure out the increase, which would be 750 minus 500, and then divide by the original size of the photo. So that's 250 over 500, which is 1/2, and that is 0.5, also known as 50%. So number 12, the answer is B. The area of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, and 4. The largest angle in this triangle is. So like any triangle, if you have, say, any triangle, doesn't have to be a right angle, and we put those ratios in, if it's 2 to 3 to 4, that angle can be 2x, that angle can be 3x, and that angle can be 4x. And therefore the sum of those angles adds up to 180. So if you add this, you've got 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 9x, is equal to 180. And therefore x is equal to 20. But that's not what they're asking. They're asking you the largest angle. Well, the largest angle is 4x, and therefore 4x would be 4 times 20, which is 80. So number 13, the answer is C. George wrote 7 tests and each was marked out of 100. No 2 of his marks were the same. He recorded the 7 marks. To do a statistical analysis, he accidentally recorded his highest mark higher than it actually was. How many of the following are altered because of his mistake? So he's got 7 test scores, and the highest one, he accidentally records it higher than it actually was. So let's say his highest test mark was 95, right? But instead of writing 95, he accidentally writes it as 96. And they're saying which one of these will be altered or affected because of this slight error. All right, let's take a look. Mean. Well, the mean is the sum of all the values divided by 7, correct? Now, if this last one is a little bit higher, then that means the sum will be a little bit higher. So the mean will definitely be affected. So the mean is affected, so I'll put a little check mark beside it. Median. The median, as you know, is the middle value. So whatever this middle value is, I don't know, let's say it's 78. If I write this number a little bit higher, that doesn't affect the median. So the median is not affected. Minimum test score. Minimum test score, let's say, was 68. That minimum test score is not going to be affected by the fact that George or me or anyone accidentally wrote the highest test score a little bit higher. Range. Well, the range will be affected, right? Because initially the range is 68 to 95. But if you wrote 96, the range will obviously be altered. So range is affected. So how many of the following were affected? Mean and range, so that's 2 of them. So that means 14 is C. A sand pit is constructed in the shape of a rectangular prism, 10 by 50 by 2, 10 meters by 50 centimeters by 2 meters. If the pit is already half full, how much more sand is needed to completely fill the pit? So you've got a little sand pit there, and the first thing we should do is figure out the total volume of the entire sand. So that'll be 10 meters times 0.5 meters, right? Because it's 50 centimeters times 2. So this just looks like 10 meters cubed. Now they're saying the pit is already half full with sand. So the pit is basically half full until there. So if it's half full, how much is in the sand pit in terms of sand? Well, the total volume of this box is 10. So if it's half full, it's got 5 meters squared already, meters cubed already in there. And they want you to completely fill the pit. They're asking how much more sand do you need to add? Well, if the total volume of that box is 10 and you already have 5, you have to add an additional 5. So number 15, the answer would be B. The value of this expression is, all right, here we go. Let's do this carefully. Okay, so first let's concentrate on that right there. So that's going to be 1 over 1 plus 1 over 2. Get a common denominator, 2 and 2. And that would lead to 2 plus 1 over 2, so 3 over 2, like that. And then we have to invert and multiply, so this would become 2 over 3, like that. Get a common denominator, 3 and 3. So this would be 3 plus 2, which is 5, over 3. And then invert and multiply, and you'd get 1 over 1 times 3 over 5, which is 3 over 5. So number 16, the answer is A. The triangle ABC has vertices 1, 0, 21, 0, and 21, 21. The perimeter of the triangle is. So let's draw this on a coordinate grid. So here we go, X and Y axes, and let's label this. So 1, 0, right here, 1, 0, 21, 0, so way out here somewhere, and finally 21, 21. So certainly not drawn to scale, but 21, 21 should be somewhere in that range. So now let's join our triangle vertices. So basically something like that. And they want the perimeter. Okay, well, from here to here, that looks like 21 minus 1, so that's 20. And then from here to here, that height is just 21. And now we have to figure out this hypotenuse. So we'll use Pythagoras. 20 squared plus 21 squared is equal to 8 squared. So this looks like the root of 841 is going to be equal to h. And therefore h is 29. So there you have it. And now the perimeter is just the sum of the sides, 20 plus 21 plus 29, and that is equal to 70. So 17, the answer is A. How many numbers from the set satisfy the inequality minus 3x squared is less than negative 14? Minus 3x squared is less than negative 14. If I multiply both sides by negative 1, I get rid of the negative signs, but then the less than sign flips to become a greater than sign, like that. And that's very important that you recognize that. And then we can then divide both sides by 3, and therefore x squared is greater than 4.67. And that means that x has got to be greater than 2.16 or less than negative 2.16. So in this group, what numbers are greater than 2.16? Just the 3. At one end, we've got just the 3. At the other end, what numbers are less than negative 2.16? Less than negative 2.16, it would be these 3 right there. So those 4 numbers satisfy this relationship, and therefore 18, the answer is 4, which would be D. In the diagram ABCD is a rectangle, and 3 circles are positioned as shown. The area of the shaded region to the nearest centimeter squared is. So in this diagram, we want to first calculate the radius. So I'm going to draw a line all the way across that represents 3 consecutive diameters, and then I'll draw a line top to bottom like that, and that represents a diameter also. So if you look at this graph, you'll see that this is the radius, and so on, right? Radius, radius, like that. And so is this one and that one. So if you look at it from a horizontal perspective, 6r is equal to this 24. And therefore r is equal to 4. And then we want to figure out the top to bottom there, A to D. Well, that's just 2r. And r we just found out was 4. So that equals 8. So the area of the shaded region, AS, is the area of the rectangle, and subtracting from it 3 circles. So the area of the rectangle is length times width, which is 24 times 8. And then 3 circles, each circle is pi r squared, like that. So 24 times 8 is 192. 3 times pi r is 4. The radius is 4. So there you go. Move this up a little bit. So we got 192 minus 4 squared is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. 48 pi. And if you figure out an actual numerical value, this will be 41.28 approximately. So 41.28 is closest to A, 19. The letters G, A, U, S, S are written on 5 tiles, 1 per tile. If Amy selects 2 tiles at random, what is the probability she gets 2 S's? So we've got 5 tiles, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. And these letters are written on these 5 tiles. We have G, A, U, S, and S. Now I'll differentiate these S1 and S2 like that. And she's going to select, Amy, 2 tiles at random. What is the probability she gets 2 S's? Okay. So first what I want to do is figure out the total number of possibilities, because it's a probability question, so we'll have to divide by the total. If she's going to choose 2 tiles, what's the total number of possible combinations? Well, for the first tile, she can choose any of these 5, right? So you got 5 choices. Now, then she has to choose another tile, and there at that point will only be 4 left to choose from. So the total is 5 times 4, which is 20. 20 ways to choose 2 tiles. Now we want S1 and S2 to be selected by her. And there's really only 2 ways of doing that. You can either select S1 first and then S2 second, or S2 can be selected first and then S1 can be selected second. So there's 2 ways of selecting the 2 S's. And the probability, therefore, will be 2 right here divided by the total, which is 20. And that is 1 over 10 in lowest terms. So 20, the answer is D.